Hello friends, as I said, I'll be covering another top 5 game franchise that should return in my next video. So I'm back with my list and you're watching Video Game Genie. Before we start, here are some quick tips. Hit the like button and share the content with the friends. Subscribe to the channel for more such videos and press the bell icon to get notified about the upcoming videos. This list is as per my knowledge and experience, and you might have a different perspective and list in your mind, so do not forget to mention your list in the comment section. Starting with the number 5. In 1999, Capcom developed and released Dino Crisis, which was a survival horror game and was created by same designer-director Shinji Mikami, who directed the Resident Evil. The game did really well, but it felt more like Resident Evil with dinosaurs instead of zombies. The other major differences in the franchises was their inventory system. Dino Crisis had a casual inventory, while Resident Evil had a highly limited block inventory system. After the first entry, Capcom released the Dino Crisis 2 in the next year, 2000. The game was impressive but was way different from the first entry, as was more focused on action-adventure than survival horror. The number of ammo was increased, shooting was way casual than the first game, and the pacing was faster as well. Overall, it was a good game, but not as same as the first one. The series also got a spin-off games on PlayStation 2 and mobile, which did not get much recognition. The final entry of the series was released in 2003 with a highly ambitious plot that failed miserably. It was set up in space, was neither a horror nor an action-adventure game. It was just a poorly written and implemented game. But the series was a commercial success, as the later entries saw a downfall in the engagement, with the Capcom having a number of IPs to grow at the moment. They decided not to invest in the Dino Crisis anymore. A small team of developers in 2001 were working on a renderware engine. They showed the capabilities of the latest iteration of the engine by developing a fast-paced arcade racing experience which had replayability factor and provided more than just racing experience like takedowns, taken downs, crazy crashes, heavy maniac traffic systems, cop chases, boost, and many more. The franchise was under Acclaim Entertainment initially. Later, Electronic Arts took over the franchise. Under EA, we got a number of hits from the series on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, Xbox 360, and Windows. Burnout 3 Takedown was considered as the best game in the series until the release of Burnout Paradise in 2008. That was unique because of racing in an open world city. Whatever you wanted to do, you have to do it inside the city, as there were no dedicated UI screens present as such for selecting the race or tracks. Despite being a successful franchise, EA dropped the idea of investing more in the series, as they had a total of 3 racing game franchises, that is EA Sports NASCAR, Burnout, and Need for Speed. And clearly, Need for Speed was the most recognized franchise for the EA in terms of revenue, sales, and brand name. So ultimately, EA decided to drop the NASCAR and Burnout franchise and decided to invest in the best racing game franchise they have, that is Need for Speed. Konami created survival experience for PlayStation 1, which was way rare at the time of 90s. When people started comparing it with Resident Evil, Konami realized that they have made a masterpiece and wanted to capitalize more on it. In 2001, they released the second entry in the series on PlayStation 2, PC, and Xbox, which was arguably the best game of the series. These games were developed by a team of very limited people, and after the entry, they were named as Team Silent. The first 4 main entries in the series were a big success in terms of experience and sales. Everything went well with the franchisee until they released Silent Hill 0 or Origins in 2007 on PlayStation Portable. This was the first entry in the series developed outside Japan by Climax Studio and not by Team Silent, as Konami wanted some major changes in the series, and from here the franchise started seeing a sudden decline. The next game, Silent Hill Homecoming, also failed to attract the user base as the style of the game and combat system in the game was completely different from the previous entries. In 2012, Konami released Silent Hill 2 and 3 as HD collections for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, which were glitchy, had frame rate problems, and poor voiceovers. As Konami did not want to let their one of the most recognized franchises die, they shook hands with Kojima Production, and soon game designer Hideo Kojima, film director Guillermo del Toro, and the actor Norman Reedus started working on the Silent Hills. They launched a playable teaser PT as well, but sadly Silent Hill got officially cancelled as Hideo Kojima left the company after the release of Metal Gear 5, and we never witnessed Kojima's cancelled masterpiece. In 1997, GoldenEye 007 was released and took the first-person shooting genre to another level. In 1999, famous film director and producer Steven Spielberg was working on a new game concept and wanted to create a game that has combat like GoldenEye 007 with a touch of movie Saving Private Ryan. He wrote the game concept and started working with the DreamWorks Interactive, and that is how Medal of Honor made the entry in the gaming industry. The first 3 entries in the series were written by Steven Spielberg, and the games were groundbreaking, nothing like that was present in the market at the time. When the developer team of Medal of Honor got acquired by Electronic Arts, most of the people left the team as they were not happy with the terms and environment and joined the Infinity Ward. The new development team working on the Medal of Honor franchising was unable to achieve the level of original ones. The new team started doing experiments with the game stories. Meanwhile, Infinity Ward was working on their next big thing and released Call of Duty in 2003. The game felt really well and complete as compared to EA's present Medal of Honor and Battlefield entries. And why not? After all, it was developed by same dev team who worked on original Medal of Honor games. People were not comparing Medal of Honor to the Call of Duty, but they were comparing it with the Battlefield, due to which EA started investing more in Battlefield, as it was the hot pick of the time as compared to Medal of Honor. Bad game entries in the Medal of Honor franchise, EA's heavy interest in Battlefield, and rise of Call of Duty resulted in the downfall of Medal of Honor. In 2012, EA released Medal of Honor Warfighter, which was sadly the last entry in the series. Before we move to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. In 1997, Capcom wanted to create a Resident Evil game set up in Japan, and where instead of using a gun, players could use swords and shuriken. But later, Capcom decided to make it as a separate series of games, seeing the capability of game concept and story progression. The first game in the series, Onimusha Warlords, was originally being developed for original PlayStation, but the project was eventually moved to the PlayStation 2. The half-finished original PlayStation version of Onimusha was scrapped and never released. Throughout the series, Capcom has used real actors for motion capture for delivering the top-notch animation quality along with the superb storyline and action-adventure. The first entry in the series was released in 2001, followed by Onimusha Samurai's Destiny in 2002. In 2003, they released 2 spin-off games, one was strategy and another one was multiplayer fighting game. In 2004, they released Onimusha 3 Demon Siege, which was considered to be the best game in the franchise, as it had a great storyline, improved combat system, variety of playable character, and the game concept, plot and locations were awesome. The series was initially planned to be a trilogy, but after the gap of a year, Capcom released another entry in the series, Onimusha Dawn of the Dreams, which was built on a different engine and followed a different character storyline. Despite that, the user base praised the game. The game left the user base on high expectations from the franchise, and after that, we never got a major entry in the series. This was because Capcom had a number of franchises to grow and invest in, and as Onimusha has a limited fan base as compared to Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, and Street Fighter. Onimusha series does not have any downs or bad entries in the series, but still it suffered due to other popular franchises of the company, and that is the reason why I have kept the game on the top spot. So that is it from my side. Do hit the like button and share it with your fellow friends. Do let me know about your list in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel and do not forget to press the bell icon for upcoming video notifications. And with that, bye bye.